You know what changed my solo cooking life? Figuring out what to do with a rotisserie chicken. For the longest time, I'd buy one, eat some that first night, and then the rest would sit in my fridge until I felt guilty and threw it away. $5 worth of chicken, wasted because I didn't have a plan. Now, one rotisserie chicken gives me 5 different meals. 5 nights I don't have to cook from scratch, and nothing goes to waste. Today I'm walking you through exactly what I make from one store-bought rotisserie chicken. These aren't fancy recipes. They're real meals that use every bit of that chicken and make your week so much easier. All right, let's talk about this chicken. First, the setup. What you need. One rotisserie chicken from the grocery store. Get mine from the deli section, usually around $5 or $6. When I get home, here's what I do immediately. I let it cool for about 10 minutes. Then I pull all the meat off the bones while I'm standing at the counter. This takes maybe 15 minutes. And yes, it's a little messy, but doing it right away means the rest of the week is easy. I separate the meat into portions. Some goes in the fridge for the next day or two. The rest goes into small freezer bags labeled with the date. And here's the key. I save the carcass, the bones, the skin, all of it. That becomes chicken broth, but we'll get to that. For now, one chicken just gave me about 3 cups of pulled chicken. Ready to use. That's the foundation for 5 meals. Meal 1, the first night. This is the easiest one because you don't even need to pull the chicken apart yet. I just eat it as is. Maybe I grab a leg and a thigh. Maybe I carve off some breast meat. Depends what I'm feeling. I pair it with something simple. Roasted vegetables if I have energy. A bagged salad if I don't. Sometimes just a microwave sweet potato. That's dinner. No cooking, just eating. And honestly, that first night when the chicken is still warm and I didn't have to do anything, that's the best meal of the 5. Meal 2, chicken soup. Now we're getting into the pulled chicken. Here's where that carcass comes in. The next morning I throw the bones, skin, and any leftover bits into my crock pot. Add 4 cups of water, a bay leaf if I have one, some salt and pepper. Set it on low for 6 to 8 hours. By dinner time, I've got homemade chicken broth. I strain out the bones and bits. Now I have this beautiful golden broth that didn't cost me anything extra. For the soup, I use about 2 cups of that broth. Add a handful of pulled chicken, whatever vegetables I have on hand. Carrots, celery, frozen peas, a handful of pasta or rice if I want it heartier. Simmer everything together for about 10 minutes. That's it. Chicken soup from scratch, using a chicken I already bought. The rest of the broth, I freeze it in a jar. Future me is always grateful for homemade broth in the freezer. Meal 3, chicken salad. This one's great for lunch or a light dinner. I take about a cup of pulled chicken. Chop it up a little smaller if the pieces are big. Add a couple tablespoons of mayo. Not a lot, just enough to bind it. Then I add whatever I'm feeling. Sometimes diced celery for crunch. Sometimes halved grapes for sweetness. Sometimes just salt, pepper, and a squeeze of lemon. Mix it all together. I eat it on toast. Or with crackers. Or just straight out of the bowl with a fork if I'm being honest. It's cool, it's easy, and it tastes nothing like the soup from the night before. That's the thing about one chicken. Every meal feels different. Meal 4, quesadillas or wraps. By now I'm a few days into the chicken, and I want something that feels a little more exciting. Quesadillas are perfect for this. I take a flour tortilla, sprinkle some shredded cheese on half of it, add some pulled chicken. Maybe a spoonful of salsa if I have it. Fold it over. Cook it in a pan for about 2 minutes on each side until the cheese melts and the tortilla gets a little crispy. Cut it into triangles. Eat it with sour cream or more salsa. Takes 6 minutes. Tastes completely different from everything else I've made this week. If I don't feel like quesadillas, I do the same thing but keep the tortilla flat. Add lettuce, tomato, chicken, a little ranch dressing, roll it up. That's a wrap. Same ingredients, different shape. Still easy. Meal 5, fried rice or pasta. This is my cleanup meal. The last bits of chicken, whatever vegetables are hanging around, turned into something filling. If I have leftover rice, I make fried rice. Heat a pan, little bit of oil, throw in the rice, break it up with a spoon, add the last of the chicken, Whatever vegetables I have. Frozen peas work great. A splash of soy sauce. Stir it around for 5 minutes until everything's hot and a little crispy on the edges. Crack an egg into the middle if I want it fancier. Scramble it right there in the pan. Mix it all together. That's fried rice. If I don't have rice, I do the same concept with pasta. Cook pasta, drain it. Toss it with the chicken, some frozen vegetables, a little butter or olive oil. Maybe some Parmesan if I have it. It's not gourmet, but it's warm, it's filling, and it uses up the last of that chicken. So let's count that up. 1 rotisserie chicken, $5, maybe 6. Gave me. One night I didn't cook at all. 1 pot of homemade soup, 2 or 3 servings of chicken salad, quesadillas or wraps, fried rice or pasta. That's 5 different meals. 5 nights I didn't have to figure out protein from scratch. And the only thing I actually cooked was the soup broth, which cooked itself in the crock pot while I did other things. Here's what I learned about rotisserie chickens. For years, I thought they were a waste. Too much food for one person. But the trick isn't eating it all at once. The trick is having a plan. Pull the meat right away, portion it, use it different ways throughout the week. Suddenly that chicken isn't too much food. It's exactly the right amount. And the best part? Every meal feels different. I'm not eating chicken and vegetables 5 nights in a row. I'm eating soup one night, a wrap another night, fried rice another. Same chicken, completely different experiences. A few tips if you're going to try this. 1. Pull the chicken while it's still a little warm. It's easier. The meat comes off the bones cleaner, but let it cool enough that you're not burning your fingers. 10-15 minutes. 2. Label your freezer portions with the date. I write it on the bag with a Sharpie. Chicken, March 10th. That way I know how long it's been in there. Use it within a month or 2. It's fine longer than that, but the quality starts to go down. 3. Don't skip the broth step. I know it seems like extra work, but throwing those bones in the crockpot with water takes 2 minutes, and having homemade broth in your freezer is such a gift to future you. 4. You don't have to make these exact 5 meals. These are just what I do. You might make chicken tacos, or a chicken and rice casserole, or chicken on a salad. The point isn't the specific meals. The point is having a plan so the chicken doesn't go to waste. Why this works when you're living alone. When you're cooking for one, protein is hard. You can't buy 1 chicken breast. You can't buy a 1/4 pound of ground beef. Everything comes in packages designed for families. The rotisserie chicken is already cooked, already seasoned, already the perfect amount for one person if you spread it out. It's like the grocery store did half the work for you. You just have to finish it. So that's what I do with a rotisserie chicken. 5 meals, 1 chicken, no waste, and a week that feels a whole lot easier. If you try this, let me know which meal you made first. I'm curious what appeals to people. And if you have a different way you use rotisserie chicken, drop it in the comments. I'm always looking for new ideas. Subscribe to Solo Senior Living for more real food in real life when you're senior and solo. New videos every Monday and Thursday. If this made rotisserie chicken feel less overwhelming, that's all I wanted. You've got this. I'll see you in the next one.